Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the old world. I'm one of your hosts, Gummo, and I'm joined by Andrew and the great crusader, the errantry man himself.
The errantry man.
Josh.
These guys.
I
wish I could have saved this reveal for your reactions for live, but there's no. Your reactions when I popped on in the room before we started was just.
It's like awesome. Josh was last, and then we were wondering where he was, and then boom, and here's these flags hanging up. For those who are listening, he has got the spoils. I don't know if it's spoils. I don't know what this is. I've just seen a few pictures of these.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Britanian flaggy triangle things. And I don't know if there's
pennants,
of war,
I guess you call
pennants. That's it. Yes, and Josh has them behind his head. So
I've got two of them.
What are they hanging off? What is that?
I rigged together. I don't know.
It looks like a skinny guitar neck or something, or a microphone
piece of bamboo or something.
I've got a
camera mount,
a camera tripod, and then like a smartphone holder screwed into a light hole that's upside down, and then a piece of dowel into the desk clamp, and then that's sideways. That's the best I can come up with.
See what Josh goes through. All this prep, all this terrain, and this stuff just for the podcast. And me and Andrew rock up. Okay, Josh, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's it. Welcome everyone to episode 148. Anyway, yes, as you said, we did talk Snake Eyes list last week. It was one of the, I guess it's, biggest old world teams tournaments in Australia, isn't it? And it's the most trying to be Australia. The most prestigious.
Wasn't there one in? Yeah, I was going to say the only, but there was actually a teams tournament in Western Australia.
Yeah,
there?
Yes. So I don't know how.
That.
It's probably around that, size. But yeah, so unfortunately we didn't go. Andrew and myself didn't go down, but even though I said I might about 4 weeks ago, and Josh held up the Old World Fanatics flag for us in his team. So we're going to hear all about that today.
I got 2 more.
And that's probably going to be the main topic, obviously, that we'll chat to. We'll hit him up and grill him and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
But we do have a couple of just housekeeping stuff. We'll do the usual shout out to our patrons that they get at halftime. At some point, we'll interrupt the great gaming Josh will be talking about and just give these guys a shout out. Is there questions, Josh? I didn't even see. Yep.
Yeah, there's yep.
Okay, cool.
A couple of questions.
And then we'll flip it on its head, and I just want to cover 2 things before we even kick off. And that is there is a little bit of news to back up some of the rumours we talked about, and I just wanted to cover that quickly before we just delve into Josh's stuff, because I think that's obviously the biggest thing. But before I do that, I just wanted to also say our little sort of respects to the great John Blanche, who a lot of people would have seen over the last week, because that probably happened not long after our last podcast last week, passed away. He's been unwell for a while, but if you follow like Film Deg and stuff, there's been a lot of interviews and stuff with him. Obviously, those who don't know, he's one of the very early artists for Warhammer and fantasy, and I won't say he invented Grimdark. I don't think he likes that, but it's pretty much his art is that style for sure. And
it was first dead, like because I heard that Grimdark thing, and I tried to look it up when he came in, and it was like he was pretty much there during. He was
the first dude just sitting around, then became the art director or whatever it was. All these dudes who were like 22 at the time or something, or 18 or something, no right to be doing what they were doing and starting out this company, and they did, And I mean, I was skimming through my third ed rule book, and I was just like, because they don't really put the artists on there, and his big pictures like the Golden Demon and these skeleton ones, and obviously heaps of the 40Ks, the Emperor and all that sort of stuff. But then you can just look through and go, and he's got that Blanchitsu style, which obviously is him. But when you look at his other stuff, he's looking through, and I was going, I bet you that's John Blanche. I bet you that. And then I looked it up later. I was like, yeah, it is. Like it's littered through that rule book. And that's back in the 86 or something like that. So it's a sad thing, but at the same time, like obviously, when we look, I'm 47, we're getting up there, and these guys were around a lot longer doing this before I even out of nappies almost. So
he's left one hell of a legacy, that's for sure.
I mean, to think like what those dudes have done, John as well, obviously, in his art to us, and what we've ended up like. You guys, everyone who's listening to this knows what type of addiction, life, identity thing this becomes, this hobby. You're either in it or you're not. And if you're in it, feels like And you can change game systems from Games Workshop. You can keep it going in and out. But you're going to be in it. You're going to be, like I've talked about this before around retirement homes. We're going to be playing Warhammer when we're like 80 and 90. So, yeah, it's those dudes that really help. So I just want to shout him out initially. And, really big respects. Hopefully his family's all going well. And his name's going to live on forever and ever, as long as Earth's around at least, and beyond. So anyway, there's that. And then let's get on to some other
Let's hit the rumours as well, shall we?
I did have the, and I should have prepped that like Josh has done. Just prep up the rumour thread thing that I had up here. So let's just bring that up. So basically, there isn't the one. Great. I have screwed you guys all around. Sorry. Too many Discords. It was, I don't know if you got the link in the show notes there, Josh. Hang on. Where? This one. Yeah, got it. That's better. We did get a drop from Jago, or Joe, however you say his name. What is it? Javgaro, probably a couple of days ago, giving us a bit of a hint on from some of the stuff that he talked about that is coming after all this 40K stuff. So I guess we'll just run a quick chat about that before Josh gets into stuff. Basically, he also said that, yes, I don't know if you saw the Rob and Val's chat the other day, that Rob was like going, it's going to be Warriors and Cathay. And I think Val was like, really? I don't think so. And then there was the rumours that Tomb King's Wood Elves are going to come as a starter box. Ooh. And Javgaro just basically came out and said, I think am I pointing to the right one? Hopefully. But basically saying, yes, he was right. It's going to be, he's heard it's Warriors and Cathay as a somewhat starter box over the next 2 months or so.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a rule book with all the FAQs. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, it definitely
Cathay Warriors.
Believable, or you mean just like assuming it is true? What do you think thoughts of it? I mean, it makes total sense. Makes complete sense.
It does, doesn't it? Because they've already started doing some of the Warriors. They've done all the Cathay. We've heard rumors.
Mark's saying we got the wrong one. I'm confused.
Oh, yeah.
We got the wrong image, yeah. The way you posted a different one in Discord.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the one I posted was the one where he actually said about...
yeah.
Yeah, so I've grabbed the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Me and my prep for the podcast.
But the information is correct,
Let's go in the Patreon thing. I'm pretty sure in our Patreon, he's actually put in a screen grab of it for us. Like, he couldn't make it easier for...
Oh, you mean Mark did?
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
okay.
It's there. The screen grab just there.
Yeah, I won't.
Thank you, Mark. It's always helping us.
Well, no, that was the one, but then I went back. The one I was showing was some discussions from like just a few days before that, I think. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And guys, this isn't a rumor. It's 100% true. It's been shipped. There you go.
Yeah, it's happening. I mean, because the rumor was Tomb Kings versus Wood Elves, but this makes a lot more sense to me, really. That there will be. I mean, the Warriors disappeared from the shop the other week, and the Knights are gone as well. And for them to then go and Chaos and Cathay totally makes sense thematically. They've got a whole new Cathay army. I know they've released it and people have bought it, but if they re-release it as part of a starter pack with all this new Chaos stuff, more people will buy the Cathay than they otherwise might have, because they'll be wanting to get the Cathay gear and probably the new book.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're probably going to release a new book by itself for a few months. So I think it's going to push a lot of new starter boxes.
Yeah, and the Cathay stuff wasn't, like, you could tell, it came out in those two waves, and one box wasn't any better than the other one technically, in terms of like stuff that's really in it and stuff. So I think being able to wrap that stuff back up in a combination that is like a mini army. I mean, do you guys think they'll be really pushing to make these Battle March worthy out of the box, given that they've put the effort into that?
Battle March worthy? What do you mean? Like, I mean, the starter box, the last one was 50. Was more than that though, wasn't it? Like the starter box for the Brett TK was like 1,200 points.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see that size.
Oh, because those are the old models. So okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah, I would hope they would try to make it compatible with a small game.
Yeah.
Surely.
That's what I hope. But and like, I mean, it just like the more these things pop out, the more you go, they're actually starting to pivot in a smart way, because like they're not having to do, sounds bad, a whole lot. Like they've already done all this work with Cathay. then they just start out some chaos stuff, bundle it into a new book, and it's all new. Like it's really sort of I don't know, like it's like just startup-y type thing almost that you're just like, yep, we'll do this. And it still makes sense in hindsight, but they're not having to like, they don't even have to plan. It feels like they don't have to be like knowing what they're going to be doing in 2 years' time, even though they have a long lead time, don't get me wrong. But I think they're pivoting pretty smartly. So, yeah, no, it makes sense.
Do you think this complete drought of info for 6 months has almost made us ever more eager for the new release so that we'll just leap on it as soon as it comes out?
Well, you know what Mark's been going on, that there is just so much coming out. But yeah, we're just going to be like, what? We in 3 months going to be whinging that we need a break.
Yeah.
You get 4 balloons.
I'm just wondering if it's going to be, do you reckon it's going to be more like with Chaos, you're going to get more sort of arcane journals coming out with different armies of infamy, or like... Yeah,
well, I think they said in one of those rumors that there's multiple arcane journals this next 6 months. So... yeah, and I don't know if that's where the Tomb King Tomb King Wood Elf thing came from. Like, obviously we've seen the Tomb King Battalion box. Well, one of them, from that leak.
Yeah,
probably a year ago now, by the feel of it. So yeah, I don't know. That was always a weird one, and like the Wood Elf box is still on the store. It's one of the ones that is on the store. So it just feels weird. And surely Tomb Kings and Wood Elves wouldn't have been the thing that buys, makes boxes fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
No, not in the same way. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not poised for a re-release of both those armies concurrently. So it makes total sense for them to repack the Cathay into another starter box. Try and really, suck that lemon really dry, get as much juice out of it as possible before moving on to the next army.
Yeah. Do you think
lemon's probably the wrong fruit, but
one more question with it. Do you think it'll all be the same Cathay models, or do you reckon we'll get at least one thing in there that's...
It'll have to be something new, surely. Something.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll just be a new it'll just be the new Chaos. Yeah, I reckon they won't. I reckon it'll be just the stuff that's been... I mean, what else is there to... I guess there are other units they could release, but the stuff that's got rules for it is all out, right? Like, there's nothing else.
Well, Mark just said no new Cathay, so they're all done.
Yeah.
So, Shigengan on foot, mounted.
Still my lemon.
What was that?
That must be my lemon analogy.
Well, if I don't see 46 boxes, I'm going to be very upset. Or I'm always just going to go to Mark for everything by the end of December. And is it December Australian time or UK time? December 31 that we see 46. Anyway, cool. No, I mean, it feels like, well, he said 2 months from whenever that other post was for those type of things. I'm assuming that means it's sort of out. So it all spelled like it makes sense. 40K just went on pre-order. That's going to smash stuff for the next couple of weeks. I'm assuming we're going to get, I assume we're going to get, Mark said it's proper time. Yeah, GMT 0 for sure. I'm still under the assumption that we would get FAQs and stuff coming, but are we going to not? And it's going to be that book. That's what I was sort of thinking, and then suddenly this has come out that it's quite certain, and I'm like, oh, maybe we're not going to get it end of June. Maybe we're going to get out. Like, are we going to be have to dealing with this for Castle Assault? Yes. Playing this whole new book edition.
Yes, it's going to be a shit fight. Yes, guaranteed. Right. I don't know. Yeah, it's the problem is like we'll see what happens, but I guarantee if they did send out a book, it's going to be a kerfuffle. Like I don't know. I just don't have too much faith in rulebook writing because it seems like every edition that comes out, there's always dramas. So I don't know. There could be a new book. Yeah.
Look at AOS and 40K. Way more rule writers, and they patch it from day one. So it really doesn't make a difference. You can have as many play tests as you want. I do think that interesting, sort of go back quickly to your thing about the 6-month drought, Josh, is that it does tee up with the idea of you have to stop what you're doing and just get all this stuff ready to come out because it takes that long to get books written, painting, all that stuff. So you can't be doing all these other little shitty arcane journals on the side while you're trying to get this major thing out. So it makes sense that it's gone, stopped. Got it, and also it makes sense why they smashed all the other stuff out last year. Like all that stuff might have been originally planned to like drag out over 3 years, and suddenly they saw how good it was and went, just push it out the door.
Get it
out. You guys get working on this other one. The new plastics and stuff at least, So anyway, that's probably what's happened. I would love to find the wall.
It's been such a roller coaster the last 12 months.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Love it. We do love Old World, which I think might have been right at the top. Warhauser saying, how good's the Old World? I think we're going to hear all about it.
Wait, what?
That was right. You might not have even been on.
I didn't even see that. I didn't see that photo. But it's right. It's right on the money.
Because we are going to hand over to Josh and hear all about Snake Eyes. Do you have a picture of that picture from the thumbnail, Josh? Because I liked finding you in that. It was like doing a bit of a Where's Wally to find you in that picture. And I found you, but you can't really see it in the thumbnail. That's okay.
Oh, no. Okay, give me a second. Oh, why is that not? I do have a photo of it. How do I do this? Okay, right. It isn't showing up because it's the end of the slideshow, and I can see there's an issue there. Where I might need to make a separate slideshow. Let's see if I can copy and paste that in.
Separate slideshow.
It's very professional, this thing. They even
I love
the
this.
big group,
I love how
group shot that they had. It was
ready.
quite...
Especially the old Fanatics, not as professional as we are, clearly. We don't do shit on the fly.
No.
Talk about what we're doing next week.
We also don't take group shots of all the tournament people in our tournament. Yeah.
All right, so... All right, because I just realized, there's a limit on how many slides in the Google thing. So give me 3 seconds to pull up this as well.
Is there anything rolling in your printer behind you?
There we go. It's processing.
Was that me?
Yeah. Or was it quiet after that big box that I saw that you printed?
No, I'm still printing more. It's just annoying me, so I paused it.
Right.
But I did. I printed up another little throne of power thing.
Oh, is this for the YouTube thing?
Yes, because Cam didn't like.
I should apologize about that. I gave everyone a massive there's such good video coming out this week for what Andrew and Cam have been working on, and then realized that's right. They're going to play they're doing multiple games. I don't know how much what did we talk about? Did we talk about the actual topic last week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so they know what it is. But yes, they're going to play the whole campaign first and then get the videos out. So you aren't going to see episode 1 or game 1 until all the other games are played.
All the other, I thought we were going to release them as they were made.
Yes, yeah.
But this is Cam's love child, so he's in charge, and he wants to release all 3 together. Yeah. So it'll be like a Netflix season where you can watch it all together, and then wait another year until the next season comes out, or
it gets cancelled.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Sorry.
All right, let me throw this up.
Yes.
Here we go. That's the photo. That's the ending photo. It is a bit of a Where's Wally, isn't it?
It is. Initially, it was, and they're like, there, you're right there. Right in the center.
Then I'm like,
I can't see Josh. Where the hell's Josh? Am I blind? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Could you ever find Wally?
Right in the middle, but for some reason I was like looking at the back. I was going, is he up the back talking, or because he's not in the front? And I was
talking
like,
to the War Master
he's
guys.
In the middle. Yeah. So anyway, that looks good.
Yeah,
cool.
So that was slide 138. That's why I had to split the slides into 2. I didn't realize StreamYard has a 100 slide limit, man.
Did not know.
Anyway, Snake Eyes.
Ooh.
Where to start? I mean,
that's beautiful.
I don't know where to start, guys. It was such a good event. It was it was really well run by Danny and Lockie. Had a great atmosphere. Like we had 10 teams of 4 players each. Going because I had teams of 3 last year, and I think going to 4 teams was interesting. Just in terms of the dynamics of how teams work and that type of thing. But yeah, I had a really fun time. So I was on a team. It was what's called the Order of Questionable Chivalry, with Ben Hallett, Jay Golding, and Matt Salters Klein, one of our patrons. So I don't know where to start. Should I just go into a game or not?
Game one?
Game one. These are all the tables in Gaming Arena. Really nice layout. The tables are so comfortable there. Really like it. This is all the flags. So this is the start of the day. So all the flags are up there. The big champions flag and all these other flags. I looked at them. I was like, I don't really know what these flags are, but sure. But then, they became more useful as they went on. So round 1, we got drawn up against Hampton Games Club. So now this is what I've got here is our little bit of homework we did, 2 days before, which was looking at all the different lists, and this took a little bit of time. It took like an hour or so to do. And at the time, I was like, I must admit, when they were scheduling the chat on the Thursday night, and I'm like, get home from work, and I'm like, I am really not in the mood to do this. So I don't know what I want to be doing list assessments and going, okay, what do I think I could be like? Because I don't even like play Warhammer like that. I don't like thinking about how many points I could get out of a list and stuff. And then to sit there for an hour and have to do it all one by one, it really didn't appeal to me. But I got on and did it with them, and it was fine. But what it proved to be on the day was massively helpful, because we'd already discussed for each team who our defender would be, and then we had this little spreadsheet about what the Vale matchups would be. So it made the job of the captain, of Ben, and of us to discuss with him what we want to do each round much easier. Because if you're sitting there at the matchups and suddenly you're having to look through all the different lists and go, okay, who would you not want to play? Who would you not play? And Hampton actually got stuck doing that a little bit during our matchup. So they had a lot of discussions. So it took a while. But we were organized. And that was great. So anyway, we had Jay up for defender. I ended up being paired up against Peter Spiller with the Warriors. Oh, who interestingly there, I see I had a 14 up. Yeah, okay. So I'll just go through our game. So his Warrior list, I got it up here. Yeah, so this is the one with the
sort of like pair out who you sort of was going to be strongest against, or sometimes you did somebody had to cop it?
Oh, if someone absolutely had to cop it, like because both teams trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So inevitably, someone's going to end up.
Someone's going to,
getting not a great.
Take one for the team.
So that's the nature of the team's events, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I'll go back to that. I ended up against Peter, and then Jay was against Ben Leopold, which is a 6, so not the best match up there in theory. Ben Hallett was up against Nick Killing, so a 10. And then Matt was up against Greg Johnson, so a 12. So sort of mixed matchups between both teams, I suppose. But no one ended up in a really bad matchup in either direction. Well, in our direction anyway. His list. Pull it up again. So this is one with the Chaos Lord on a demonic mount, an Exalted Champ, also a demonic mount, 3 units of Chaos Knights, 3 units of 3 units of Dragon Ogres, 2 of 3, 1 just single, and a Warpfire Dragon. And then we were playing on table with no secondary objectives on this one. That's how the system works. So there was 2 tables where we had secondary objectives, and there was 2 tables that were just straight up nothing. So you'll see some games I do play a secondary objective, sometimes I don't. I think I mostly end up doing, but on this occasion there was nothing. I've got a lot of I'm just going to roll through these photos because I've got a lot of photos I can go through. So I sort of deployed. There was a fair bit of impassable terrain. There was a bit of lava around. I was I was hoping to get my general into some of these big multi-wound dragon ogres and just ogre blade them out of the way kind of thing. That was sort of basically my plan.
It's the way to do
it. So because he's got a quadruped, he moves up pretty fast towards me. I've got some Knights of the Realm out on my left flank that end up sort of having no choice but to charge one of the Chaos Knight units. The unit 5, I've got a unit of 7 Knights of the Realm with a mage with Hammerhand in there, which I thought would do okay on the charge going in. I think they ended up killing one knight, and then
I guess they got damaged, aren't they? Yeah, wow.
And then somehow lost like 6.
Oh my god!
Just trying to die. I think what happened was he killed 2, maybe 3 with the riders, and then his horses. I think I just straight up failed three armor saves and wall saves with the horses, and then suddenly I'd lost 6 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! Sorry. Yeah, that didn't help things. So that flank started collapsing. Where I feel like I should have been okay there.
So
on the other flank.
Sorry, was that did he go first? Like who had? Because they both got. He
went first. In every matchup, everyone went first because I prayed.
No. Sorry, I mean,
no, talk about combat.
Yeah. Initiative was. That just seems so heavily skewed, like that result. Like, did he swing first? Like initiative was?
I charged him.
Because he got counter charge.
He would, we did have counter charge. I can't remember the base initiative of the knights. I suspect he didn't. No, I'm pretty sure all the knights struck. What is he? Oh, his base initiative 4. I think his knights did strike first.
Yeah.
Killed maybe 3 of my knights.
Yeah.
Then I had 4 knights strike, killed 1. And then his horses killed the other 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when the horses got 3 wounds. I was like, no modified armor save. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Then I rolled like 2 2s and a 1 on the other side.
Classic.
Then it's 6 up ward, they don't save it. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, so brutal. On the other side, my little errant knights, the 6, actually, he gave me a little bit of a flank charge onto the Dragon Ogre unit. Oh, yeah, the 3 Dragon Ogre unit with the, I think the Exalted Champ was in that unit. And I took it because I'm like, why not? Why not just charge the little unit of bus into the side? Like, they're not gonna. It's only going to get the Exalted Champion striking back. And I mean, they actually won the combat. But he fell back in. I mean, here's the thing with Tau, I guess, is he fell back in good order. He just reforms the face. I follow up, and then. This actually leads to a cascading problem for me.
Any there, Josh, though.
No, I can't remember. I might have done
because he's Exalted is sitting in the other Dragon Eggers, I think, isn't he? Or not?
He's got a Chaos Lord.
His Chaos Lord, sorry,
in the center. Yeah. So I think that's the Exalted Champion BSB.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know that I might have done one. I don't know. He was using little rings on the tail. I don't think I did any wounds really, but I did win the combat and force him to fall back into order. But but the problem is where I put my pegs, because my pegs were behind that rock, and I was considering putting them further laterally where the forest is, but I put them a bit more aggressively. And what that meant was, when the knights followed up, this led to, you can see those knights on the other side of their flank. So they hit the flank of that wedge, forced them to blunt. I've got a better photo of that, and you can just see what's going to happen with this cascading effect. So they charge aside, those knights die, then they hit the peg knights, and then they end up going through here. He now centrally he's moved his Chaos Lord out to
I love he's moved out and to just charge,
to block them, and I think he's just moving it so that when those knights go through the peg knights, they actually then continue to cascade into the other errant. Errant units are only worth 132 points, so they're not that valuable. But I mean, they've got a banner, I guess. But it is just like he's taking out the peg knights here. He's taking dudes out.
Then you got the 2 buses, and he can start flanking you, and it's just.
Yeah, and then so I do move up far enough. So there was a bit of a standoff in the center. I probably could have like he was needed to be aggressive, but then I also wanted to be somewhat aggressive. But then he didn't want me getting double charges off, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
So I do try to charge my Lord and the Grails into those Dragon Ogres, and they just flee. So they're just chilling out in the middle there. What else is going on? So yeah, that's the Chaos Knights hitting the side of the errant unit. The Lord does get charged by the Knights, which I don't really particularly mind, really. And then the Frenzy unit here actually end up the Knights of the Realm on the left there end up charging into the Knights, and yeah, at least the Knights get taken out. The Grails end up getting into those Dragon Ogres in the front of them, and killing one or two. But rather than following up behind them, I was sort of like, yeah, he's already moved his Dragon Ogres on the side. He's got the Chaos Lord below. Yeah, and I'm worried about getting hit. Are they immune to psychology?
Yeah, I think they are. Well, I thought, was that last edition? I think they are. I use them all the time. Yeah, they are.
Oh,
different.
Oh, okay. So,
it's in there we go. Sorry, I was I couldn't see the chat. Andrew just said they are. Right. Yeah, I thought so because I went off to the army builder then and just went, seems a bit weird. I've never done that with Beastmen. So I'm like, are they just different?
Yeah, okay. That's all right. There you go. That's all right. And yeah, so what else happened? So I do try to hit what happens here? So yeah, the Grails do get double charged by those ogres with the BSB in it and the Chaos Lord. Because they lose most of the unit, because they're stubborn, they just fall back in good order. Then I'm able to have my Duke go in the side of those Dragon Ogres that also have the BSB in. He kills both of those Dragon Ogres quite easily with his Ogre Blade. He's sitting on one wound, so he's just hanging on. But he does manage to. I can't remember if he just straight up won combat against it. He must have just fallen back in good order with the BSB there again. And then at the back there he's got his Warfire Dragon, which for the whole game it's just been moving around that rock, really. Like it got zoned out a bit. He moved it more cautiously, and then he's trying to come up behind, but then by the time he comes behind, the Frenzied Grail, they're only frenzied by the way because the BSB with the Crusader Tapestry has just moved up and charged that other knight unit, so he sort of just got left behind. But once they killed that knight, they were sort of had to reform in the spot, and the dragon does end up going into them. They fall back in good order. It's and that's sort of where we leave it. I think my Duke does end up dying in the game because you can see the BSB's sort of fallen back. The Chaos Lord's there, the other Dragon Ogres are there, and he just gets squished. The Chaos Lord does a challenge. He only had one win left anyway. He just gets killed. So pretty comprehensive win for Peter. So 19-1.
Oh,
now,
but
all my other 3 team members won.
So good.
And we got 51 points. No, it doesn't matter. We capped. We hit the cap is at 50.
I know it's
I know.
30
so
to
even if I'd got 20,
range.
it wouldn't have mattered because we got 50.
It doesn't matter.
And they had 30 as their minimum. So like you can, you've got a little bit of playing around there that you can't even score less than 30 as a team. So
so incredibly, like a lot of these matchups weren't necessarily in our favor, but like especially Ben Hallett going 20 is killing.
I saw that one come up when I was.
Well done, Ben.
Quite incredible.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then Joe Golding, 15-5, and Matt getting 15-5 as well. Like, yeah, my team's doing really well despite my efforts. Sorry, I was very pleased.
I must admit, because I've been following along, because I had to check some stuff, and I saw Josh's result there, and I was like, did he get thrown under the bus? So I wasn't sure if Josh had to hold off something. I
really thought that matchup I'd do better at. I think I misplayed some elements to how I moved, and he did. I think he did sort of outflank me a bit. But those matchups where there's quite a few monstrous cav, I think the Duke's very threatening. I think I can outcharge in terms of range. I've got better static combat res. And I've got quite a lot of durability with the blessing save. So I don't know. I felt like that wasn't necessarily. I'd rated it. I think a 14 in my favor, on the outset. So yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if like in hindsight,
like Dragon Ogres.
Hey?
Is that your first game against like big units of Dragon Ogres?
Yep.
Yeah. They're quite deceiving, aren't they?
Yeah, well, especially when they got friggin' Chaos Lord and Exalted Champion in them. Like I love the 4 Dragon Ogres, but I might take the Chaos Lord with a 3 Dragon Ogre.
Yeah,
Exalted Champion.
As you saw, like it's not like I ended up in a straight-on fight with the Dragon Ogres.
No.
Most of the time they were hitting in the flank, or it was the Duke hitting them by itself and taking them out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The only time I had the opportunity to hit them straight on, they fled, which apparently they couldn't have done anyway. But the thing is, it was actually the knights hitting me on the flank, especially that one flank that actually ruined me.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, could anyone have seen that initially?
Good Warhammer.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think
my lances are especially vulnerable to that cascading effect? I hate it. I can't do anything about it when it starts happening.
Your little what are are they peasants? What are the dudes with the bows that you've got? What are
Yeomen.
Yeomen. They're not scouts or anything, are they?
No, they got Vanguard.
Okay. Like I was just wondering, I wonder if they could have been used more to try and frenzy bait those Chaos Knights, because they're frenzied, aren't they?
Yeah.
And keep them out of the game a bit.
They're all Market Born. Yeah, like I don't have much
like
mobile
in hindsight, but you haven't played that matchup.
It's something I've stopped running in Tau. Like I used to play it all the time in 6. I would always have 2 units of mounted yeomen, as redirectors and chaff, and 8th ed too. But for some reason, it's not something I reach for in the old world. But maybe I should be, just to give more ball control.
I feel like with those the one thing the Dragon Ogres, especially with those characters in them, they're not very. I wouldn't say they're very maneuverable once you're in there. Like you could probably get around. Your army was probably faster, but he had these fast units of knights flying around. So you sort of feel if you could neutralize them quickly. Yeah. But again, your units are quite big, aren't they? It's not like you can sneak through gaps and stuff.
Not really. They're long. Yeah, they're long. They're pretty.
That's a tough one.
They're fast going. Yeah. I know it is. But yeah. Anyway, that was the first game. But the team cap, which that's awesome. The main thing, right? Yep. So second game, we're up against Optimized Jank. This is another Ben H and Daniel Yam, another Chaos Warriors and Michael and Paddy. This is Paddy's team. So and I was like, guys, can we contrive that I can play Paddy? Because I haven't played her actually one-on-one.
Yeah.
And Paddy was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's just play." So we sort of contrived it so that she was like the reserve, or so. Anyway, we were the last matchup to sort of be resolved, kind of thing. Yeah. And so I put 14 here, but that was actually more so that this is not because I thought I'd beat her. This is more just so that we had the matchups on there to look like more likely that I'd get to play her.
Right.
Because honestly, I mean, it was Ogre's legacy, so it's not the strongest, but she's a very good player. So I might have put a 10, I reckon, if I'd done it like properly. And who else? Let me just pull up the other rounds. So just to go through the other matchups, because it's optimized strength. There it is. So Jay ended up playing Michael. So he ended at 8. So this is interesting looking at how the matchups play out because of that. So and then Ben ended up playing Daniel Yam. So 12. So pretty, hopefully a good matchup for Ben. And then Matt ended up playing their Ben, which is a bad matchup. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in this one. Playing against Paddy's Ogres. The bland, vanilla, non-renegades ogres. And I did right at the start, we'd finished deployment, and I was like, Paddy,
do you want to play Lex?
Do you want to play renegade rules this game?
What happened?
Such a gentleman.
He was like, Josh, you realize that's much of my advantage if we play renegades. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. No, I just feel we should be playing renegades. It's ridiculous that we're not playing renegades. No, they didn't. They were still out of earshot. They were all busy doing other stuff. They probably didn't even know. This is probably, if they listen to this is probably the first they're hearing of the fact
I'm assuming Matt's on here because it seems like he is. Yeah, volcanic.
Oh man. So I mean, ultimately though, like while we're on that, to be honest, during the game, we said at the end, it's like she made a list already, and the special rules that you get in terms of what she had on her list didn't really affect the game that much in the end. But yeah, it was still funny that we got to play a Renegades match during a non-Renegades.
And sorry, when you said Renegades, you talk about Renegades 1522 or
the most recent Renegades, obviously. So she gets parry and a few minor things like that, and then rolling the extra 6 on the charge, to get impact hit or something.
Cheers,
like
thank you, Black Sigil.
So,
I was watching one of his battle reports today, actually. Little battle march one they had. So yeah, it's good. Cool. That's so funny. Oh, yeah.
No one knows. Actually, this is we haven't talked about it since. It's I'm loving it.
It's like the first rule of Snake Eyes Fight Clubs, is it? First rule of Renegades. You don't talk about playing Renegades. That's how we're going to sneak it in.
Best overall because Josh. I forced her. I didn't give her a choice. Absolutely didn't give her a choice. Oh dear. So her list was so it was a tyrant on foot with a tenderizer and giant breaker, a bruiser, BSB on a thunder tusk with TOP and rhetoric iron and a death cheater, 6 Orga bulls, 6 iron guts, 2 units of 23 noblars, throwing weapons, an iron blaster, and then 2 units of Mornfang, 1 of 4 and 1 of 3, each with full command. And this was the slightly diagonal deployment, I guess, the one where you have 2 foot to one side, which I actually kind of like. It's not that hard to line up.
It's a bit easier, isn't it?
But it is easier than the middle, I reckon, to do.
It's probably because you got your own. Do you know what I mean? Like generally, you always put one down before, and then you tried to 9-inch it away. Now you just just use my own.
Yeah. I think it's not as much reaching across the table. Yeah. You can do it much more accurately.
So she's sort of deployed back a little bit, correct? Is she? She's not right up on hers.
Looks that way, unless it's deceiving photo.
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah.
Maybe a little back.
Oh, she's pushed though.
She's pushed up forward. I don't think she meant to. Yeah. So she goes first. So what are we going with deployment there? So let's see. So she's got her thunder tusk right out on one flank, sort of near where my Duke ended up with my Errant and Grails. Then the bigger unit Mornfang there, the Noblars behind it. We were playing 3 objectives in the middle. I think, and baggage train. I think, it was baggage train. Yep, it was. And then, centrally, she's got, those were the iron guts right in the middle, and then another block of Noblars and the iron blaster behind him, and then the bulls out on the other flank, and then the other unit of Mornfang right down there. So, and they're sort of across from the other Errant, and then the 2 big realm knights, and I've got my pegs right in the center, and the archer sort of behind them. This is the second game where I was just enjoying myself. I was just running. I was just pushing stuff forward, seeing what happened. Push the pegs right up. Because what happened? How did we end up in this situation? Did I end up failing a charge? Because they moved right up. Yeah, I think. Because I think I was forced into moving those pegs because that Grail Knight, she'd moved it just within the charge range.
Oh, okay.
And the Duke as well was just shy. Now the Grails I I can't remember if I wanted to charge or not. I think I did go for it in the end, and the Duke, I think I was happy to go for it too. They both fail their charge, so I actually pushed the pegs right up there, sort of to try to prevent the Iron Guts from charging the Grails. Just like, again, this is probably where some mounted yeomen would have come in very handy, because I'm using my peg knights as mounted yeomen. No other redirectors. And then so on this side, I think these guys just moved up. Again, she was just trying to because she pushed her stuff up just so that I could only get one unit charging each unit, if you know what I mean. So there was nothing I could really double charge. That's how she sort of moved it. Just because everything was on slightly different, and that's partly because of how I deployed it. You can see the Grails a little bit further in front of the Duke, which meant she could easily just sort of move units just so that So
and plus, like, you're taking like lowest dice on that charge and shit with the Grails.
Why? What do you mean?
Like, are they in that forest? Like,
which forest?
No,
the Grails are in the near. The white guys are the Grails.
Yeah, bottom right of screen.
Yeah, but if you charge, aren't you hitting that guys straight ahead? So now you're in the forest.
Yes, and I forgot about that just now, and I also forgot about the time. And Paddy was like, "Yeah, Josh, that'll be a difficult terrain." So that's why they failed.
Okay, right, yeah. Gotcha.
I thought you meant the ones on the left of screen, the knights and the I get you.
But you're right.
They are log mob charges. I know they're.
Paddy had to explain to me at the time, and then I've obviously forgotten completely again because they're not that far away. But no.
Can't see any trees. I get done by that when there's no trees. It's just a base.
Well, it's lava. Oh, actually, I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at this table going, Andrew, can you print me some of those? So anyway, keep going.
Anyway, I threw the peg knights up because I don't know. I just like throwing them up to different areas, and they can probably be okay. The other two realm blocks moved up. The middle ones, like the one on the right, is a frenzy block now because I put the BSB in that one. And then the Iron Guts charged the pegs, and then I sort of like, oh man, I think I actually gonna have to leave with the pegs. So I don't know why I bothered really, because in the end they just fled. I could have just not bothered. Anyway, they do hit the Grails, and then the Mournfang do charge the Duke. I can't remember if he was in counter charge range or not. Let's see where he is. So he's right on that crack. Did he move? He must have counter charged.
Yeah, I reckon you have. Like,
he did counter charge.
Freaking long charge for her still.
Yeah, that does look real far.
It does.
Well, she must have rolled quite well.
Yeah, well, because I think Josh would.
Oh no.
Well, he's probably in range, and then he's counter charged. So then he's moved up, and it's made it even more.
Yeah.
Reachable.
Oh,
the Mournfang will get in. Yeah.
With the Iron Guts. Now, this is something I was surprised about. So this is something I had not really heard before. So when the Peg Knights fled, she was like, okay, so now they're doing a pursuit roll rather than a charge roll, which meant they add their movement to both DC.
And you don't. Oh.
So she didn't.
And you don't. You don't discard the dice. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was completely unaware of that rule. So that ironically made it easier for her to do accidental contact into the Grails.
Oh, that's how that. Okay, gotcha.
She elected not to redirect. She just because they fled.
Then. Yeah.
Although looking at the
distance, it should have been center to center. Why did I move that? Why? What am I doing, Josh? It should have been center to center.
You should be like,
I was looking at that. I'm like, I don't know how she hit you.
Yeah, that should definitely been. That should definitely have been way over to the side, and if she did accidental contact, it would have been way over the other way. Yeah. Which we had to redirect to get the Grails, which would be normal charge. Damn it! God damn it!
And then you would have
been beer. Too much beer already came one. Two.
I hadn't drunk any beer.
Oh, okay. Too much Slannesh. That's what it is.
That's it.
Gotta get your Brett's back on.
Oh dear! I know. I love finding these misplays because actually, if anything, it helps me.
That's what's so about taking pictures. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah. So okay, well anyway, this is how we played it. So yeah, the Pig Knights fell back. She accidental contacted the Grails, which I now know is a thing. Because I was like, what do you mean? So I didn't know like to the point of checking it. I was just like, oh yeah, okay. You know what you're talking about, so I'll just play it.
I think she's right. I mean, the whole flea thing, and when you're rolling random dice like that, then yeah, you don't drop the charge device.
You don't drop the charge dice, but you still add your movement to it. Like,
yeah.
You do your full charge range forward, so you add your movement to it like you would a normal charge.
Yeah, right. But
so
you don't.
If they flee, you do your full charge, basically your full charge move.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But also, you're not even discarding your dice, though, because you know your full charge move would be normally be the highest of the 2d6.
Yeah. This is just 2d. Yeah,
this would be the full 2d6 plus Rift Ride.
Yeah, and if she was Rift, exactly. If she was, she's not though, is she?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So that's really cool to know because I should have really applied that in a later game. Anyway, stand by. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I'd have to read that rule.
It's one of these ones that it's not fully. I thought it wasn't fully like
because you lose your movement. Obviously, 1 inch of movement.
You still lose that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Going to the forest. You're talking about the forest now.
Yeah.
Oh, how interesting!
You have to read the rule about the dice.
That complicates things. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's you lose 1 movement plus you got to take the lowest dice. But I don't know if that's charge or charge pursuit, blah blah blah. But I think it's still classed as a charge because they're fleeing from a charge, and then you make your full charge move. I thought still. So because you're still charging, I would have thought it would have been the lowest.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that one. I know, like when you're pursuing or like just normally, or like it's a flea, you don't.
Yeah, so if it's a pursuit roll, it's not affected by terrain. Maybe I don't know.
This is why they need a new book, which hopefully is coming and can fucking explain it better.
Oh my god, I'd forgotten this happened.
Oh,
how many pet Grails died? Like 7 Grails.
But isn't this the one with the tenderizer? Is that?
Yeah. This is the one. This is where her tyrant lives.
Isn't she like strength 8 or something? -3 armor save. Is that what the tenderizer is?
I can
strength +2, and then she's got giant breaker, which gives a +1 strength.
Yeah, right. So it goes to 8. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, that was nasty. Did me in round 1. Tenderizer. Nice for this, Josh. I was trying to redirect this out of it, and in theory, my Hackney plan actually would have worked if I'd played it normally. Because in my head, I was like, I'm sure this would work somehow, but then it just didn't work. That's because
skirmishes make the worst redirectors anyway, because you got like they form to you, so it's like it's still.
Oh, anyway. Sorry.
Even better. The point.
Keep going.
The point she was making was she was considering charging the skirmishes with the Noblars because the first model the Noblars would hit would cause the guy on the peg on the right to form into the others and then move them all out of the way. Doesn't look like on the photo, but it was. They'd all actually move out of the way so that she could actually complete the charge with the iron gus anyway. But yeah, anyway, look.
Anyway.
This is how it happened. The Grails die. Poor Grails. We've got one left.
Grails.
And then the Duke. So the poor Duke. So the Duke goes in. Actually, I'm like, this should be pretty good, right? Like, he actually does a bunch of attack. I can't remember how many wounds he did. How many wounds do they have? Base 4? I think it's 4, isn't it? So he must have done 6 wounds.
Did she have a champ or you couldn't challenge?
Did she have a champ?
No.
Ooh, smart move.
No. Yeah, no champ. Just standard musician.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a list. No, I don't think so.
I can't remember how they went. She did have the impact hits on the charge, and then I struck the Mornfang. 1. Oh, so I must have done 7 wounds. So I killed 1 Mornfang outright and had 1. Unless that was wounds taken. Maybe that was wounds taken. Maybe it's only 5. Either way, there was enough striking back. I had 1 wound left. And then she had like a couple left attacks left. And then, the Duke just dies.
Poor Duke.
Poor Duke. Poor Duke. He needed more protection. He couldn't. Yeah. In the end, he shouldn't have got in by himself. I was sort of hoping he would just wipe stuff out, but yeah, didn't happen. And that is leading to the whole flank collapsing, right? Because now the Growls are dead. The Stonehorn hasn't even got involved at this point. No, it's just not even needed. On the other side, I've sort of had a standoff between my little errant. I mean, the little errant units aren't much. Like, they're not really that threatening. So the 3 Mornfang are quite terrifying for them. So they tried to sort of just delay them a little bit, but then they were at the point where they were an inch away and they just had to charge them. And then, what else happened on that flank? I can't remember. So the other realm, I can't remember how they ended up in that position, whether or not they charged or they actually maybe she just moved them right up. I think she must have moved them up and an inch away, and then essentially I was able to charge. Well, they're not quite a flank, so you can see they're right out there, but the majority of the unit actually in the front arc. So it meant I ended up.
You got 2
having to, I got 2 in.
Oh, that was in the front. Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. Because sorry. Yeah, it's not the front model, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the front. It's the majority of the model, the majority of the unit. Sorry. Interestingly, she shot off 1 knight in the back of that unit on the right. Yeah. With that model in the way, I probably couldn't have made this charge because it's impassable terrain to the right there. Meaning, when I wheeled, that probably would have been an impossible charge. But because that model died, opened up the back of the lance, and I could actually wheel in a way that maybe I could do that. So they both went into the bulls at least. So at least I was killing some bulls. And then otherwise, it was just Hail Mary stuff at this point. Yeah. So the remaining Grail and the Mage and the Hammerhand goes into the Mornfang with the unit of Errants. They do pretty well. They kill a bunch of Mornfang. I can't remember if they killed off the unit or not, but it was down to 1 there. Those 2 big units of Realm do just mince the bulls, then reform into lines. 1 ready to take the other Mornfang unit. I think that was just inside countercharge range as well, so I could actually countercharge when the Mornfang hit that unit, which was massively helpful. Because I believe they actually ended up winning that combat and pushing them back. Otherwise, the poor guys at the other flank just get, they're surrounded by ogres from every direction. So this Mornfang ended up being pushed back and doing well. But these guys, it was just, not great. But the other unit of Realm, these guys on the right, they end up heading towards the Noblars here. Nice. Going straight through the Noblars and into the side of the Iron Blaster. Meanwhile, this Grail,
I was just looking at that Grail. He's
still going really well. So can I just reverse back? So where was he? So he was sitting here at this multi thing.
I thought he would have got killed by those bloody man-eaters again.
The Mornfang somehow. I can't remember if he killed the Mornfang or they broke,
then he went the other way.
I can't remember if he fled, but he ended up out on his own. The Mornfang was still alive. No, I think I lost that combat. I must have lost that combat, and he must have
back there.
He must have fled, fallen back in good order over here.
Yeah,
ended up being like the center of all these throwing weapons of the Noblars.
Just surrounded him.
Just surrounded by Noblars. They only kept throwing. There was at least 1 full turn, if not 2 full turns of just throwing weapons. Yeah. It was quite a heroic ground knight. He just would not die.
Nice.
Just in terms of scoring, if you were in a position to run him off and hide him, what was the scoring used there?
It never even occurred to me.
No, I know, but were they doing 50%?
No, 25%.
Wow. So you could have. Okay.
It was unit of 8, so it was below 25, but still, I could have saved some points, I guess. Maybe I should have. Anyway, he charges into the Noblars. The other realm just goes straight through the Iron Blaster. Can I reverse that? I killed the Iron Blaster remaining Mornfang. So, I'm actually getting some points back here. Like, killing some stuff. But a lot of my other stuff is already dead. So, it's whatever. It's a losing battle. So yeah, they go into the other Noblars in the side. The Ground Knight also charges. Oh, now see, I think I made a real mistake here, guys. What should I have done there? I should have just moved him out of the way. So they charge in this is the same turn. This is the same charge decoration phase. They charge that flank of that Noblar, and he charges the center of that Noblar unit.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, and I shouldn't, and then I think I did it in the wrong order too to make it even worse. So then I played out the other combat, which meant when they overran, they just went plonk into the back of him. Yeah, like I literally blocked myself.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that doing the other order made a difference, but I probably should have just got the Grounder out of the way.
Yeah.
Because it just meant, they couldn't just go rolling into the other unit. And then because they got stuck there, they got flank charged by the Iron Guts. Ended up falling back in order, getting slowly minced. I don't know if that's near the end of the game. Yeah, that is sort of where we finished it.
So what was the other mission outside of baggage train? What was the other? Oh, second.
Three central
objectives. I see them.
Three objectives.
Yep. So it ended up being, despite the stuff I killed, I think she got more of the objectives. It ended up being 19-1 to Paddy. Again. Two of my other team members won both 2 games, and then Matt got a draw. So despite the fact I lost 19-1, nice. Our team won by 2 points.
Loving it.
41.
The team must be going all right, actually. Doesn't seem to be doing too bad.
Yeah, we were like second at this point.
Nice. Good job.
I think second, or maybe we were third. Yeah, we were second or third at this point. So I'm just going to keep. What are we at? We're an hour. I'll do this round.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then maybe do the shoutouts.
Sweet.
So then Age of Sigmar dies for this. Funnily enough, this had 2 of my six campaign compatriots, being Chris and Hugh, Chris Warden and Hugh Evans, who I know pretty well, but didn't end up getting to play either of them. Who I got to play was a mysterious fellow named Ranking. Ranking
loser. Did you ask him about that?
And I didn't ask him about the name, but as I prophetized when I was reading out his list the other week, I did have that awkward moment. I was like, "So, what's your actual name?" Sorry, because it looks like his just name is Ranking. Like, my name's Aaron. I'm like, "Cool, okay." He was a nice fellow.
Name's Ranking. What are you talking about?
Imagine he was like,
"That's Ranking. What are you talking about?"
It's Ranking.
But he hadn't played. He played the last Snake Eyes, and he hadn't played any Warhammer until Snake Eyes.
Okay,
cool. So he's just keen for it. And it was interesting. This is a topic that's in this Patreon question, and I really definitely want to address it about what team events are like versus singles, and new players and that kind of thing. And I'll definitely go into that because I think it's an interesting topic. So who else? Sorry, because I ended up against Aaron. So for me, that was a reasonably good matchup. I mean, as you can see, there was a fair bit of green here. So I think we felt this was a reasonably good team of matchups. So Ben Haller ended up playing Chris, which is a 10. Okay, so Jay ended up playing Q, which is a 12. Then Matt played Ryan, which is 15. So overall, probably, matchups in our favor, I suppose. So he was running the another Warriors of Chaos list.
Oh, he had the Shadowlands. That's right. Wizard.
Yes.
Yeah, Shadowlands Wizard. Yeah, so he had the Lord on the Manticore. So fun. And there was also Chimera, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, Draganic Spawn. And he had, 3 single Dragon Ogres, 2 of them Shoutouts, a couple of dog units, a big unit of 8 Chaos Knights with Mark Hurwitz, and then 2 units of 5 Mortal Horsemen with flails. This is another one with 3 central objectives. I think it was domination. Yeah, I think it was Table Quarters was the other thing at the back. And he false flanked me. So because he had so many little single drops of the dogs and the dragon ogres, he was able to just deploy, wait for me to put all my stuff down.
Yeah.
And then all this stuff got put in one side. And I'm like, oh, this is annoying.
Classic.
Normally I would put my grails right in the center kind of thing so that this doesn't happen. But there's that piece of impassable terrain put me off putting them behind it, because I was just like, this is gonna, because there's two large pieces of impassable terrain fairly central. We sort of divided the whole board in two.
That is but look where that one is. Like, it's on in front of the objective marker even.
Yeah, the objective marker is right next to it.
He's so disadvantaged on that. Really. I guess he's got to get around that.
No, he's got his own. Yeah, there's an impassable terrain on both sides.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, it did mean. I mean, you just had the deployment advantage and took advantage of it. So all this stuff ended up over on that side. And it was kind of annoying because he had just enough stuff on this side just to sort of slow me down, and then he had the gigantic chaos spawn, which is that big thing.
Is that big circular
thing with got a base marker underneath it? Just sort of holding that flank, which which is a job for which it's perfectly designed to do. Very tough to kill. So he does actually move quite aggressively towards me, which is understandable. The thing that happened in the first turn for me was that Shadowlands, man, the Shadowlands was so annoying. So he got off, I can't remember the name of the Vortex spell that he got off. I wonder if I had to pick it up pretty quickly. So that's what that disc is in the center, that black disc. It's I think it ignored my armor saves or something. It was a Vortex of Darkness. Yeah, so it was 3d6 strength 2 hits with no armor saves.
Oh.
So it's just perfect to nail Bretonnian
Against
Knights.
Yeah.
To just get a 6-up ward against that. Absolutely brutal. So what happened was, I think Andrew's gone. Hopefully he appears back. What happened was he moved the dogs up. So this is my frenzied unit. So unfortunately, I had elected to put usually I start the game with the BSB outside the realm, just because I don't really want baiting. And for some reason, and I regretted it pretty quickly, I was like, he's got all these big monsters and stuff. I'm worried he's going to move at me pretty quickly. So I'm like, I'll just put the BSB in the unit to start with. What's the worst that can happen?
But I mean, like all the odds are on here. Like that spell's good, but also you actually need to touch it. But then the way your lances are built, like you are going to touch it, and then you're frenzy baited.
This is not where the vortex started. It's only 15-inch range.
Oh, and it has actually moved there
in front of my unit.
Yeah.
Started my turn. It scattered there, clipping my unit.
Oh,
and landing on the side of the lance.
So like double. Yeah, wow.
So, and then it's got the dogs right in front, which means that, it goes over the top. It kills a number of knights, and then I have to go through it again to charge the dogs because I'm frenzied.
But you don't get.
You
have
4 knights dead.
Yeah, that's crazy.
4 knights straight up dead, like first turn, and I sort of didn't have any agency to deal with that, really. Like it just sort of happened. But I mean, it was just a lucky type thing.
Yeah. It's
where that's just how it goes. Now he did also. I think I've got the photo there. So my Duke and my Errants are actually in this Dragon Ogre here now. Because he moved his Dragon Ogre up there. It was actually not that far away. Like it was only about 13, 14 inches away. Which, even though my Errants are in a forest there, because they get the extra inch on charge because they're errantry and they can still reroll the ones, it's certainly a doable charge. And he positioned his Castle Lord of Manticore right behind that ogre. So my Duke, happily took the opportunity to get into the, I feel like it's a reasonable matchup for the Duke with a lightly tempered ogre blade. You hit. I think it's close up with that bloody template. Andrew, I lost like 4 guys on this template. It was so annoying. Straight up. Oh no, that was before. I think. No, hold
so
on.
You've lost 4, and then you've charged. Have you then taken more? Because you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I think the 4 dying was when it first moved over.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I charged.
Yeah, and because you touched it, you have to do it again. So you would have had 4D for roll again. And then
the entire unit has been deleted. Yeah, all of the realm are dead. Because the 6D6 3-2 hits with no armor
usually
save.
vortexes do shit all like that.
Yeah.
It's just.
Ouch.
Yeah, Andrew, it's
nuts.
I'll go through it again. So it landed right in front of me. It scattered over the unit, just in that little neck where once the frenzied lance, which had to charge, goes straight over the top, flips it again, and it just Anyway, brutal when it ignores armor saves. And then the damsel's gone there, I think. Can't remember how the damsel
the
dies.
team. Surely she can kill some dogs.
Surely.
I can't remember if the dogs maybe you've killed her there. I think
Damn
the
dogs.
dogs might have killed her.
Oh god.
Oh, anyway, ridiculous. So what else are we doing? So so that combat, so the Duke and the Errant go straight through the Dragon Ogre, overrun with the Duke by himself. Partly because that's right, because the Errant actually hit the impassable terrain, so they just get stuck. I was like, okay, whatever. So the Duke is straight into the Chaos Lord Chimera. And what else happened? So on the other flank, where there's nothing much going on, he just moves the Shartak and the doggies up, and
damn dogs.
It's just stopping you to get over there because this is all
this is half my army.
Yeah.
I mean, the Growls especially.
These Marauders popping out the back there as well, is it?
Yeah, so this is ambushing Marauders popping out the back.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's fine. Now, okay, so I'll go through this. So the combat with the Minotaur Lord, or not Minotaur, the Manticore Lord, ends up being a bit of a pillow fight. Because they go in hatred.
He's got Ogre Blade
extra D3 attacks. He's got Ogre Blade as well. I get through like 4 or 5 wounds. He must have got through 4. He saves one with armor. Then he's got 3 5-up ward saves to make. These are all Ogre Blade wounds, and he just saves all 5 on the ward. Oh man, so annoying. And then he goes back at me. I think he misses a bunch, and then I think I save a few as well. And he just doesn't get anything through. I think the Manticore then does 1 wound. And then I think I saved the break test. I can't remember. Or maybe it was a draw the first one, and maybe didn't get a wound at all because they mustn't have moved because in his following turn, those knights actually just go straight into the Errant. Now it looks to me a bit like they might have had line of sight to be drawn on the Duke, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he decided he didn't want to do it. I didn't really discuss it with him at the time, but he goes straight into the Errant. I think he felt that was a better target to get rid of. Because that's a massive unit of knights with the mage in it as well. And then the Chimera goes into the archers as well. So those archers on the bottom right, the Chimera goes straight into them. He kills 3 archers. I'll go through this step by step. So he kills 3 archers. I don't do a wound. I have a rank, a banner, outnumber.
Chimeras are so shit.
Close order. He loses combat by 1. He flubs the break check. The Chimera runs away. And then on my turn, I don't know if I've got a photo of it. I will address this. Yep. So on my turn, these Peg Knights, they're actually only they're closer than they look. They're only like 18 inches away from the Chimera. They just declare a charge on this fleeing Chimera. He rolls an 8. They're off the Chimera's popped off the board. All from these archers. These freaking archers. Those archers, that block is solid. You need to kill it with proper stuff. Although I wasn't expecting Chimera to bounce off them, but I was pleasantly surprised with how well they did. So the knights in the center just reformed after they kill those errant. I can't remember what this dice was about. Actually, there's a lot of 5s and 6s there, but I'll just keep rolling.
Josh? Do you reckon that night block you could have gone in with the Peg Knights, or it wouldn't have been a good day for the Peg Knights?
Oh, if I'd charged them then.
Yeah, into the that Chaos Knight block.
So I think when I had the opportunity to charge, it was now. So like you mean like a straight charge? I didn't. Yeah, so it wasn't on the side. It would have been a frontal charge.
And you got no furious charge there. Too close.
Oh yeah, pretty close. I didn't even consider it, to be honest. I was quite happy just to knock off the Chimera. Okay. I guess I could have. I must admit, these Peg Knights, I'm probably underplaying their combat prowess, really, because I'm used to them just flying around.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, that was his turn when he was in the flank.
Yeah. So I never had a flank charge because they just wiped out the errors and then they reformed.
So that's your turn. Yeah.
That's my turn. This is the angle that I was doing that charge on the Chimera.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So does that mean? Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, he fled. Yeah, that's right. Like he hasn't had a chance to rally yet, and then you charged him. Yeah.
This combat with the Chimera Lord, I think I failed to do any wounds again. He does one on me, and I just give ground. It's really. I really thought I'd be able to get some wounds through on that Manticore Lord. Sorry, the Manticore Lord. On this flank, I've killed the dogs in the chart. I'm just trying to move stuff up. They're just not getting very far.
You're getting blocked the whole time.
They're just because I'm also a bit worried about this friggin' gigantic spawn. You know, like it's got 3d6 random move. Like, so I'm trying to shift sort of 13 inches away-ish so that I can get a charge on it
take that out
without risking.
Yeah.
You mean if it charges me?
No, if you charge it.
Yeah, if I charge it, I would, but I need to slide enough, to get close enough so I can do the charge without risking it just barreling into me.
Yeah.
I think I do. Oh no, what happens there? So yeah,
he's charged.
He's actually charged me in the rear there with the
Marauders.
The Marauders. Yeah. He's trying to kill the mage in the center of the unit.
Okay.
Which he doesn't really do. What else has happened there? Oh yeah, so here we go. So finally, this is like the third or fourth round of combat. I managed to get like 4 wounds through on the Manticore, get it down to 4 left. I've only got one or 2 wounds left. But he actually breaks because he can fly. He actually was able to go over the top of the impassable, and I just sort of stopped. And I'm like, oh damn it! I was opportunity to take him out. This cow spawn is so hard to kill. I don't know. I can't remember exactly the sequence of events that led to it. I think those Aaron ended up going into it by themselves and then breaking, and then they ended up having to reform the Grails to sort of face it after the Marauders had fled away, so I could sort of reform to face. On the other side, those archers that had killed the Chimera also take out the other Marauders because they charge in the Marauders. bounce straight off the archers with their static combat res. No chance. They just fled off the table. Like it was just so funny. And this is coming near the end of it now. Where are we? So the Peg Knights. Oh, have I not got a photo of what happens? I don't think I've got a photo of it. Oh no, I didn't. So the Lord, so he chases off the Manticore. The Knights there in the background. This long unit of Knights, the Peg Lords there, the Lords, close to the impassable terrain. What he ends up doing is he then charges into the back of that long unit of Knights, and the Peg Knights do go into the front. So both those units come in. I think my Lord ends up in a challenge. He does like max overkill on the champ. They end up. He rolls a break check. He actually rolls above leadership. The whole unit of Knights just flees. So you can see them at the bottom of the screen there. They pop through, so I don't actually get to catch him. The Peg Knights end up. I don't think. Oh, that's right. The Peg Knights didn't actually roll high enough to catch the Knights, but they end up landing on the Shaggoth, the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, which hasn't done much this whole game. Barely been a participant, really. And the Duke ends up just shy of one of the Dragon Ogres. And this is, 2 Peg Knights. I think one has died at that point. And then he has some pretty bad luck. So he's already like this. Poor Aaron. He's Like he had the good luck at the start with the vortex taking out my unit. The Nemesis stand has been downhill, so the Chimera's off the board, and he's starting to get a bit irritated now because the Shaggoth, he loses combat by 1. I think I can't remember exactly the numbers, but he lost combat by 1. Just rolls an 11, breaks, just gets run down, runs off the board. Then the big unit of Knights fails to rally. I think then he rolls like a 2 inches, so then they keep running, but only 2 inches, so they're just shy of the table edge. But then that final Peg Knight just manages to just charge them off, like just push them off. Charge decoration. And then so
his Manticore obviously rallied.
The Manticore did rally, so there was another 12 roll that he did on a break check. So he's failed like 4 break checks in a row on rally checks. He's really like, I can't roll a leadership check. And then so the final turn of the game, now this is a bit of a story. So the Grail Lord, he's got 1 wound left. The man,
I was gonna say it's 1 wound.
I obviously just charged the Manticore Lord. I'm going in. I'm going in again. I can kill this thing. Surely this time. I've got hatred still. Surely. The Ogre Blade is going to do it. So he goes in. I get through. I think I get 4 wounds through, and then we get time called. Now this is a sequence of events that I'll go through in detail. So he goes, I'm not going to roll these dice because the other game we time called and my opponent didn't want to roll the dice for the same situation. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. I was a bit disappointed. And then Lockie the TO sort of wanders over because we're sort of discussing it. And I'm like, I say to him, oh, look, he's just got these saves to make, And Lockie's like, oh, just roll them. So the TO makes a call. So I was like, fine. Okay, so he rolls them, and he saves all but 1. So I roll, D3. I roll a 2. So he takes 1 more wound. And then I was like, well, okay. Aaron hasn't struck with his Lord yet. So he's like, well, okay, well then I'll roll my attacks. And then Lockie's like, no, you can't do that because time's up. And I was like, what? But you just let me, do my And then me and Aaron essentially overruled Lockie, and I was like, no, mate, you do it, because that'll be so unfair. And then Lockie was like, well, and so he does roll it through, and he kills the Duke. So the Duke dies. So he takes the Duke out. Then afterwards, Lockie was like, well, like he kind of misrepresented by saying, because my phrase was, he just has these saves to make. Which is why I said, I'm like, fair enough. I didn't really say, but my defense was, well, if he had died, he wouldn't have struck back. But yeah, so the Duke dying actually meant we were even on battle points, like victory points. It felt like quite a good win for me, except, but yeah, the Duke dying at the end, like that was a huge swing. If I'd killed the Manticore Lord, it was 1,400 points each. It would have been like 1,800 versus 900 or something. But I actually won on objectives and domination. So I thought I won by 400 points in domination. Actually, I think objectives. We weren't counting the objectives. We couldn't be bothered. We were too tired. I won by 400 points on objectives, which meant it was a 13-7 in my favor.
Nice.
And we got a 47 wins. So yeah, I got 47. Ben lost against Chris, 18-2. Jake Golding won again, 15-5. And Matt won 17-3 again. So all my team are doing really well.
Yeah.
Like I'm being held up for a team.
Nice work, boys.
Yeah, I think it's at the end of day 3, and I think we are second. I'll quickly just hit the trivia, because it would be a trivia. There was some random stuff. What's the strategy phase turn sequence? What's the great network of ley lines constructed by the old ones to channel magic around the world called? It's like some of these are like really spicy. And then we had some real math hammer ones, like what is the highest damage output possible from a single character in a 500-point battle match list? Like some people were just coming up with like various ways of leveraging special doppelganger, and then I had this one, which I was not expecting. Name one of the bodies of water that surround the Black Peninsula in the Water Princes.
And do you know that one because your campaign?
And I was like, the Bay of Rex is I'm sure that's a water body right next to where my campaign was. And it was. I got this one right because it's in the center of my 6A campaign that I run for a year and a half.
Nice.
Nice. I love it.
And Danny was like, Josh, how the hell did you get this very specific geometry question?
It's right near Monte Castello.
Yeah, it's right next to Monte Castello. It's literally there. Like Myrmidons, which is the Black Peninsula, the Black Gulf, Laguna Diaz, Bay of Rex. It's all happening.
Nice.
I loved it. I was so pleased with that result. It made my night. And then there was other random math hammer ones, like what is the highest you can buff any single stat from any character or unit stat line. So people were working out you could do like a mega, almost infinite movement buffs using like a huge ring of dwarf carts and other random stuff, and corpse carts. Like, oh my god, it was so ridiculous. And then I'll hit the next round, but do the Patreon shout outs. I need a moment to catch my breath.
Yeah, do that, and then I want to grab a beer actually, so I'll do the shout outs and then I'll quickly grab one. But
nice.
Let's do that. So anyway, well, that's good, Josh. You guys are going well. We'll just quickly thank our awesome patrons. I don't know, our patrons, whatever they're called. Patreon just joined our accounts somehow. There was something they just changed. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but apparently our creator and other account has joined, whatever that means. I have no idea. I just keep getting prompts. But we still have our paid patrons, which we will give them a big shout out. I think there's a couple of questions. We're going to do your games before the questions, Josh, or is he gone? Doesn't matter. Okay. I'll big thank you to Jason.
No, the questions will be last.
Okay. Jason, thank you, Snake Eyes. I can't read the rest of it because my thing has changed. So sorry. Sorry, well, I'll come back to Danny's because I can't read it all. Zeffal, Sexy Dan, Hobby Horse, Marc Hurwitz, Chubissimus, Amble of Doom, West Sydney Wargamers, Feud Owner, Vinny, Cathay Balloon 115, King Pash and the Moustache, Rash, Tom Pickard, NotNotMatt, Jess Tours, Adam Lamb, The Orange Juicer. Oh, man, this is really stupid. I can't read half these fucking names.
Wait, so Orange Juicer. Oh, yeah, so from the people who brought you one man and one glass monolith comes a nightmare on Monolith Street.
It's so frustrating that patrons change this layout. And you can see it on the frigging...
I can see it all on the website, man. And Danny's was, thank you, Snake Eyes attendees. What a blast. See you all next year.
Good. Firebird 7137, Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hidden, The Old Warrior, Silver Dave, Sporadic Sanity, Mark, Nick, Graham Bounderbosch, Chris Ballard, Ben, Cam the Dentist, James McKellen, Liam Fallon, Jay McBride, Flatworld's Edge, Sexy Jelly, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Perfidy, Griff, Jess Tours, Wood Duck, Nananoum, Daniel Broadstock, Elliot Richam, Gilthos Draconos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, Robert Z. I'm going to click this button and look at it. OG Well, the Battlefield 6 tutorials. What?
Do you know what that means, Andrew?
Yes.
No, yes. Okay. OG Perla. Then
OG Perla. Does that change? Has that always been
has.
OG Perla?
I believe it has. Yes.
OG Perla. OG Perla.
Bobby looking like homeless Ronald McDonald still, Gherkin and Gunwich. Yeah, I love it. Here it is. Zen Fox Games battle reports are better than Old World Fanatics.
Yep, love it. Love it.
Lloyd.
Love it.
He did come back to us.
He did. He said in the comments, this is the only Patreon that reads out his name.
So I don't know. Yes, my theory was wrong.
Okay.
All good.
He was just trying
very plausible theory, but
yeah, absolutely plausible.
Yeah.
I'll let you just start talking about your matchups. I'm just grabbing a beer.
I can't wait for this one.
All right.
Wait.
Oz team.
Yes.
The professionals. The professionals.
Look at all that red and yellow and orange. They knew wanted to borrow this, did they?
No, we did not. No, we did not.
Old Ben's the only one that's is like, bring it on.
Let me just pull up the round. So oh man. So who got who? So yeah, Ben ended up with Mitchell Bartlett. So that's in theory a pretty good matchup for us. Jay ended up against Travis. Where is he? So Travis Graham. Yeah, so 10. So again, in theory, that's 2. That's relatively positive for us, considering how much red is on this table.
Yeah.
Matt ended up against Jamie Payne again, another 10.
Yeah, another 10.
Which meant I ended up playing good old actor.
Taking the team.
That five counts. The big old red 5s.
Yep.
And this is day 2. And I've gone 19-1, 19-1, and then 7-13. Well, yeah, so two losses, 2 big losses, then a win that was sort of fortunate.
So you're submarining.
And I guess if it was a singles tournament, totally. But my team is actually doing really well. Like we're coming second overnight. Oz team was first, so we knew we would be up against them today.
Yep.
And then so overnight, I'm looking at their. Maddie's like, Josh, you read the loop. No, I'm mentally preparing myself. There's no loop going on here. But when you're looking at it, so I did sort of look at their list overnight and you're like, okay, yeah, just to make sure I knew what everything did. And then I think I had a different mindset for day 2. Because the first 2-3 games
is YOLO'd.
I was playing as a singles game, really. I was just playing for fun. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I just want to play Warhammer. I don't really care too much. But day 2, like our team was doing pretty well, and coming against serious teams.
Josh,
did this come out in a conversation?
Around?
Like,
no, this is Joshua's. No chat. This is Joshua's internal philosophical revelations about competitive Warhammer and
just
supporting
your,
himself
like,
appropriately.
Just internal reflections.
Yeah, Mark. This is the team for Worlds. So yeah. Jake will give me the crap. No, not really. Now, so actor. So I'll go through this list. So
I'll wait for this.
I guess what I'm prefacing is that I go in this with the mindset of going, okay, I actually have identified this as a bad matchup, and so I want to try to do my best in a team's environment, essentially.
Yeah.
So he's got a list where it's a double mouse necros, level 4, level 3, one with the scepter and one with the skull staff and the spell familiar. 2 tomb banshees, a white lord with helm of commandment, 29 graveguard with the Drakenhof banner and magic resistance, 2 units of 23 or 22 zombies, 4 spirit hosts, 4 blood knights, 6 blood knights and 6 hex wraiths. Hex wraiths. And this was the deployment that was 2 squares. I'm glad I had a break because I did like this game was good. 2 square deployment. We had how many secondary objectives? There was 4 strategic locations and baggage train.
Right.
So I'd never actually deployed this deployment shape before. This is the first time I'd actually used it properly.
Oh, this is the 4 boxes.
Yeah, the 4 boxes with the 9-inch center that's clear.
Yeah.
So that was a slightly weird one.
You can go in both, can't you? But you both just gone in one.
No, you have to go. You roll off which way, and then you both go.
Oh,
each other. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Yeah,
I've never actually played that one.
Oh, we played it at. Well, maybe you weren't there then. We played it down at thingy, Western Sydney.
Yeah,
but maybe you weren't.
I probably looked at it, and then we just did.
Close encounter.
Battle one. Yeah.
All that.
Yeah. The interesting thing was, so the shape of this board, because this is the same table as I was playing last night.
Yes.
You
yeah.
You look at those big pieces of impossibles in the middle and that type of thing. Now, on the battle line deployment, it split the table in 2, which meant a false flank worked really well, but the game otherwise sort of played okay. In this environment with a close encounter, it sort of divided the armies a bit. Like those 2 big pieces of impassable in the center.
To get through it all. You can't go down the middle.
Sort of, it prevented anyone from going straight down the middle.
It's so thematic. Coming off the ocean, it's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, there's some comments coming through. I love playing appreciate that. And this is a great map. Yeah, I think it is.
I need to get that map. Looks cool.
I mean, especially given, my deployment. I guess you could call it my thematic deployment coming off the beach. That's why that's why I deployed it exactly this way.
Yeah.
No, not really. So what I did was I had to deploy around the blocks in the center. So I sort of had to divide my knights. So I had a realm and an errant sort of heading across along the long edge, heading directly north, and then the other 3 blocks heading east, I guess, for want of a bit of a word. And then the pegs were sort of in the center because I knew they'd be able to sort of maybe go around the impassable, that type of thing. I had one of my archers on the hill, and then the other one in a pretty useful spot behind everything because there was no space for them to go anywhere else. Put them next to the baggage train. In theory, they could maybe protect the baggage train. And then he deploys his stuff. Like he's got the hex wraiths as close to me as he can. He's got the graveguard back a bit. He's got the blood knights ready to head out to his other long side of the far side of the table, and then he's got the spirit host sort of supporting the graveguard and the zombies behind everything else. I pray he decides to take first turn, and he moves because I think he forgot that I'd pray, so he did deploy stuff. Not sure where I'd be moving. So he deployed fairly conservatively, I guess you'd call it. And then being that he had first turn, again, he moved around, sort of screening a little bit, not really moving too aggressively, aside from with the hex wraiths. He moved the blood knights right out into that forest. You can see they moved from, their centrally right out in the forest. They're sort of threatening these 2 units of knights, not wanting to deal with both of them.
Did move all the way up. Those experts.
Yeah, because they triple marched, sorry, the hex wraiths. Yeah, the hex wraiths. Now the hex wraiths were a different story. So they obviously went straight in because he was just looking for
went straight
holes in my line of sight in my arcs.
Yeah.
Lances. He went straight over the peg knights.
Killed one.
Straight over the peg knights. Killed one.
That's your lord there, bud, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's before. So he moved them. So where those peg knights have been moved in my turn. So in his turn, he moved the hex wraiths over there.
Yeah.
Now what did I do with those pegs? So it must have, because were those pegs on the hill? They were just in front of the hill. So he must have moved the hex wraiths next to him. Yeah, maybe I should have just charged them. Anyway, I moved the lord right up next to the hex wraiths.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know. He's got 4 wounds. He can take a hex wraith hit, and he's got 360 arc, and hopefully he can just get him. That was my plan.
He's done quite well so far. He's only died how many times?
Every game. Every game. Now, don't bring it up, Andrew. It's the whole point.
Andrew.
So Mother Knights, so you can see, so I have moved the Grails out at the bottom. I've moved the other realm right out as well, to bring them out to sort of start to head towards the Graveguard. Not too aggressively. The knights at the top that are threatening the blood knights, I know what the blood knights can do, and I don't really want to engage with them, even with those 2 blocks. So I just sit them there. I don't move them back, but I just sit there. I don't move them forward. Leave them in situ. So I'm kind of just shuffling things around, and I'm mainly focusing on the hex wraiths. So the hex wraiths, I can't remember where they went. I may have got a photo of it next. Yeah, okay. So they go over the Duke.
Oh yeah.
So
where's your Duke gone?
Dude, what happened? So my Duke ended up going. This must have been a couple of turns later. Because where did those hex wraiths go?
Are they up next to the bones? Straight up above it?
Yeah, they are. But they.
Oh, you mean like in between? Yeah.
He definitely moved them in a spot that my lord couldn't charge them.
Okay.
Because he did do two wounds on him. And I can't remember exactly where the hex race landed anymore. I can't be there because that way, if it was there, then my lord could have seen them and charged them. No, I am confused.
Is that his Banshees there as well? Like, is this like way more turns past or something?
Yeah, that must have been. Yeah, it must have been because I actually missed a few photos because I was actually really focused on. This is probably the game where I took the least photos because we were both like I was really focused on trying to screen out these hex rates.
Real edgy, and you just like
and it was edgy, and he was enjoying it. Like it was like it was real mind game stuff going on about where we were moving stuff. So I can't remember exactly where the hex race ended up, but I ended up having he got 2 wounds on the Duke, so I had to move the Duke into the errands at the bottom of the screen because I couldn't risk them flying over a second time, and he moved them in a spot that I can't remember anymore where it was, but he just moved them out. He must have. I think he flew them. Maybe he flew them back where they were originally, so on the other side of that impassable piece of terrain. I think that was the only spot he could safely land them without risk of the Duke just charging them, and he still being having the opportunity to move over the Duke in the first place.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense because there quite a lot have happened there. There must have I think this is 2 turns later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be 2 turns later. Because the hex race, so then they're moved up again. The following turn, because I'm pretty pleased that I've at least screened them out of the board. Now, as you can see, nothing else has really moved.
No, yeah. So, I mean, he's moved up a little, but he isn't doing anything. Yeah.
The Blood Knights are still sitting in the forest. He's sitting on 2 objectives. I'm still got 2 objectives.
Yeah.
My Grails, he's shifted his Graveguard up a bit. My Grails have reformed into a line and started backing up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and your Peg Knights over there. So you've gone and hit them.
The Peg Knights have moved back as well. And now the reason why the Peg Knights have moved there is because he's moved that's right, because he moved those hex wraiths. He put them
back again.
Essentially back where they started in the start of the game. He moved them back there. Then he hopped them. The next turn he hopped them here.
He's just going to keep going over
and move him. I had a feeling he was eyeing to get him in behind the guys on the far left in that little spot there. Yeah. Now they're their movement. What are they? Movement 7 base, but they're in triple march form. And in my head, I was like, okay, they've got a 27-inch move, or no, 24-inch move, 24 or 21. Yeah, 21-inch move base, but it could be up to 10 to 30 inches if he gets that movement buff on them. So it could be 30.
Yeah, I thought they fly 8 or so.
They fly 8 or something. So maybe 24 to 30.
It is. Yeah, pretty fast.
So I sort of measured it, and I thought I thought I'd screened it out enough with the Peg Knights in the way that he wouldn't be able to get him into that spot. But then he rolls the spell and he gets a full 10 move, and he does actually manage to get him. I forgot little slides. Okay, that's the 100th slide. Let me just pop that down. Go to the other one. He gets a full 10 move, and he does get him in the spot. He does. I was so annoyed, and I could have mitigated this better. I could have just moved those Peg Knights a bit further across, like just so that he wouldn't be able to get the, because what he's aiming for was a baggage train.
Yeah.
He just want to get in front of him with a baggage train to take it out because he knows he's not going to get any points out of me. I'm not just running at him.
Yeah.
And so he's identified the baggage train is probably the main source of getting some points out of me that just to at least get a bit of a differential going. So I was quite slightly. I couldn't believe it.
That's what happened when ASP dropped those dudes behind me. When we were like, you measure it out, but in a game, you sort of, I don't know.
Yeah,
you sort of
I don't underestimate the 30 inches.
Yeah,
it just happened.
Sort of go,
it just happened. It was definitely a fair move. So he moves them over. Now, interestingly, so he's put them in contact with the baggage train, but on an angle kind of thing, so that because what I do is I do charge that side with the pegs. And maybe I should have done this from the start. Maybe I should just charge the pegs in there and just relied on thanks done. And just hope the banner would be enough. Because if you're going in the side or even in the front, you're only getting a couple of attacks.
And they're not great at combat, are they? They're just humans.
Yeah.
No. Well, they've got a great weapon, but they're only one attack each.
Yeah.
So if you fluff your attacks, you're not getting very far.
Oh, and you turn the archers to face. Nice.
Yeah, so the archers was, again, I could have maybe shifted the archers up to block that hole better, which I didn't do. Yeah, I've turned the archers to face, and I brought my lord out. Now that the hex race being held there, well, in theory, like that was a bit of a risk I took there. So I brought the lord out, 2 wounds left, facing towards the hex race.
Your lord's not dead. Oh, sorry.
No, he went into that realm.
2 wounds, and he went into that little bus of Aaron just for
okay, yeah.
So he's still alive. He hasn't died. Nice. But now that the pegs are pinning the hex race, they've charged them. Hopefully they pin them. I moved the load out so that I can have an opportunity to try to kill them. As long as the peg knights don't lose the combat, you know what I mean, and just like break away.
Yeah.
And they now what happens here? So this is the following turn. So they do actually win the combat through the banner, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because he was up and against the now I think I was reading the rules again for this, and I feel like we played this wrongly. Because he was up against the baggage train on an angle, it meant he couldn't fall back, which meant he was still in base contact with the baggage train at the start of his turn. And I was like, yeah, but if you're in combat, doesn't that mean you can't destroy the baggage train? And he was like, no, you still destroy the baggage train. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, he took the baggage train off.
Yeah.
Now, I was rereading the match play guide, and you're not engaged. You can't be engaged when you take off the baggage train. But that's how we played it. So they took a baggage train off, but I won.
Cheeky.
I won in his turn. I won the combat again, so I did push him back again. So he's just not getting any wounds through on the peg. So yeah, he just misses his rolls to hit. Just nothing's happening through. On the rest of the battle, like not much is happening really. This is where it's all happening. Like this is the fun thing. Like it's this little micro just like edging each other. I love it. So otherwise he has managed to, so one of those errant knight lances at the top there did get screamed at, which again with my veteran does mitigate that a lot because I can re-roll each leadership check. It really helps a lot. But I did get a double scream that ended up with one guy left, which meant that when his blood knights finally moved up, I could just sort of redirect it with that single errant. And now where are we? So interestingly though, so when I redirected him, he was able to drill out and then hit the flank. I was like, that's a funny way of doing it. Because you know what I mean. Like so, when he drilled them out, it meant that there was more on the flank, which meant that he could actually go rather than heading towards the table edge, he was heading towards the piece of impassable terrain. Just a high level play. I appreciated that. And then otherwise, this block of knights in the center, this errant at the center, they got hit by a magic missile. I think it was Quiet and Spirits, that 3d6.
No armor save
as well. Yeah, that's the same thing as the vortex.
So, yeah, it is.
Vortex deleted all of the errant in that unit, and so the BSB was just left standing by himself, the frenzy BSB. So my turn to charge, I have the BSB and the Duke by themselves, and because the BSB is frenzied, he has to charge. So he's either charging the Graveguard or he's charging the Hex Wraiths. So I charge them both to the Hex Wraiths.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Duke doesn't make his charge roll. He was 14 inches away. He just fails the charge. I could have moved him closer, but I felt like I needed him there just to sort of threaten the Graveguard a bit, because he's sort of slowly moving the Graveguard up, and I sort of don't want him to be too aggressive. So I'm kind of using him to screen a bit, but I could have still moved him a couple of inches closer. But he just flubs the charge. I mean, it doesn't matter terribly because the BSB, he misses his first round of combat, but the second round of combat, he does end up killing the Hex Wraith, so that's okay. Yeah. But it does matter because the Duke then gets hit by Quiet and Spirits and gets killed. God damn.
God.
So I do get the Hex Wraith out, but because he's got the baggage train, those two cheap units of knights, and then the Duke.
Is this the furthest Actar's ever moved his Graveguard?
I think so. Because I just kept backing up,
all the way from
backing up. I just would not engage. He ended up getting a charge off on one side. I just gave ground. He clips the other one. He ends up in combat with both. This is the last turn of the game
this
now.
Is scary though.
The Grails actually go.
Up?
No, the Grails go unload on the Graveguard, kill like 7, of which he regens half. And I won the combat in the last turn of the game. So yeah, but it didn't matter because he's well above 25%. So yeah, but I just didn't want to engage with it. I just kept backing up. I mean, I guess in a normal singles, I totally would have tried to charge him with 2 lances and see what happens. But I was just literally just like, this is a 5-15. I'm gonna posture like I want to go at him, and then I'm just not gonna move, and then I'm gonna start just like backing off slowly and just try to delay him as much as possible, and just trying to keep everything alive. So as a teams game, it was really interesting and really fun. And we were both just trying to outthink each other, and it was a very unique game that I've never really had before. As a Bretonnian player. Where are we here? This is. I think this is at the end of the game. I think. What's that? I think that's a duplicate.
Looks like you're playing.
Anyway, yeah, I just did my best not to engage. Like it was fun, but there's just a couple of minor mistakes that led to the failed charge that I could have mitigated if I'd moved the Peg Knights a little bit differently or moved the Archers up. A couple of things might have gone differently. And I could have been like a 12-8 or even a 10-all if I'd been able to hold on and not lose those models here or there. But yeah, anyway, that's the way it goes. So I lost 15-5, which is exactly the number that I
said? You did exactly what you said you were going to do. That's all. So that's a win.
That's a win in my book. That's right. That's exactly. Chalk it up as a win.
Yeah. Jay got up. There we go.
Yeah, Jay 113-7 against Travis is Cathay. Mitchell beat Ben Hart 14. Hallett 14-6. And then Jamie Payne beat Matt, but in a close game 11-9. So it was 47-33 loss against the Oz team. And then the final game. Almost there, guys. This will be a shorter one. War against Nautical Silk Road. I ended up being drawn against Reese McLean with Jade Fleet. So a 10.
There's 10-10. Nice. What was his Jade Fleet like? Because this had some comp, didn't it?
Yeah, there was some
cool.
flying comps. This is a Miao Ying list.
With
awesome. BSB Gatekeeper with Jade Banner, big 24 Jade Warriors, 10 Jade Lancers, 2 cannons with Ogre Loaders, a Sky Lantern with crane guns, and then some mercenaries, so 6 Empire Archers to give the buff to be able to hit, 5 and 2 units of 5 Outriders with pistols and repeater handguns. And again, because I identified as a 10-10, I was approaching it in a team's manner. Now, the other thing that didn't help, see that pile of stuff? This is my dead pile from the first turn.
Oh.
From the shooting. Is that just ogre loaders unloading on you?
The ogre loaders and also the handguns. Repeater handguns rolled pretty well. And then you have the Sky Lantern as well. But there was the ogre loaders. But that's just an insane amount of knights dead in the first turn. And that probably set the tone for me, having that lad die. Because
I'm used to across the board.
Yeah.
So with the cannons. Were the cannons behind the hill? They weren't behind the hill.
They were deployed behind the hill, but they were deployed in a way that he could pivot onto them when he started his first turn. That old thing, where you just you're out of line of sight until your first turn kind of thing. Not sure why he bothered really, because I wasn't going to shoot at him. Also, I was praying, so it also didn't matter. Okay. So his first turn, he pivoted them onto the hill, so they got on the hill. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, what do you mean? Was that been FAQ'd or something, guys? I don't know. You can only pivot towards your target, but he did pivot towards his target, which was the knights across the table.
But he couldn't see you, I suppose, could he? Like if it's behind a hill.
Yeah, does that mean because he couldn't see that it's an invalid target? That is okay. All right, I'll have to look this up. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Poor Josh, all these people take advantage of you.
It was literally of no advantage in this game because
that's
really,
that's
I'm
edition.
I'll joke.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's good to know though, guys. I should really clarify that because
but also
it could be
it's not the cannons, but if they were those Death Shriekers, they can just use the Skylands line of sight as well, can't they? As well, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, all those guys died. So he's moved his Jade. So the Jade Lancers were across from Realm and the Grails, and then had the his big block of warriors sort of centrally with the handgunners between them and the Lancers. And then I had my other knights going further out on the flank and had the pegs across from the lantern and the handgunners, and the cannons were sort of central. Now, so I did move up a bit more cautiously where the Lancers were. I sort of gave him a charge with the Lancers. My Duke was in the unit. Yeah, I moved everyone in units with the freaking cannons going off. But I sort of was hopeful that maybe he would charge me. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, everything else on the other side moved up really aggressively because, he's just got 2 cannons and the handgunners and the lantern there. So I was kind of wanting to close all that down as fast as possible because it was killing knights. It was killing knights very quickly. So he got a freaking vortex off here. I think it was summon elemental spirit. I think it was in front of the Grails, which actually meant they couldn't really make the distance of the warriors if I wanted to. Miao Ying's in that unit with the warriors, by the way. That's where she is there. And then is that all I've got? Oh, that's all I've got. Not many photos. So yeah, I charged the think about Tower. I really don't enjoy the ability of War Machines to flee charges. Like, it's just ridiculous. So my frenzied block of Realm charged one cannon, the pegs charged the other cannon. They both flee. And then the frenzied unit, because they're actually just within 18 inches of the handgunners, I am able to redirect into the handgunners. And they flee as well, and he rolls her flee high enough that they actually just go straight off the board.
Yeah, they're pretty close. Yeah.
He didn't need to. Like, I could have failed the charge.
Yeah.
I was only just within 18. You could just stand the shot.
They are pretty close, aren't they?
Yeah, so and then the pegs just fail the charge. And I sort of move the pegs first, and then the Grails sort of bump into the back of them. I mean, not the Grails, the Realm bump into the back of them. And then not a huge amount else happens. So in the foreground here, there's a lot of posturing. He does end up changing Miao Ying into the dragon form. And then I'm discussing how the dragon form works, because I do have a charge on Miao Ying with my single unit of realms with the Duke in it. If I want, because the Growls are too far back because they're friggin'. I could not dispel his friggin'
unquiet spirits, whatever it is.
This was the summon elemental spirit. He kept rolling the hit, so it just wasn't moving.
Is that also the one that does the -2 leadership or some shit, or is that a different one?
It's dangerous terrain, and it does a whole bunch of D3+3 hits with AP2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But the dangerous terrain was a problem because it meant it was harder to charge through, and I just was trying to dispel it. And also, I wasn't that keen on engaging this whole thing anyway, so I was just like, unless this thing is out of the way, I'm just not going to move. But when I was discussing Miao Ying, I was like, so if I charge in, because the Dragon 7 wounds, so if I charge in and I manage to kill it with a Duke, what happens? And he's like, it just transforms into Miao Ying and she just teleports 6 inches anywhere else. I'm like, so she doesn't die, she's just still alive, but somewhere else, so I don't actually benefit from that at all. So she gets D6 wounds, but that's it. I'm like, I just don't want to engage with that. Like, there's no benefit to that. Like, she's not dying. Like, if I take that risk of charging in, and if she doesn't die, then I get hit by the block, and if she does die, I get hit by the block, and I don't get anything from it because she'll still be alive. I'm like, John's here, but only on D3 wins. It's still, for me, in that situation, unless she was coming to me,
and she can't go back into a dragon again.
No, she can't go back into dragon. Yeah. If she was charging me and it was out of the supported area, then I'd probably feel I'd tackle that and do my best to try to kill her. But But going in that side where it's got all the other supporting units and everything else to hide it, I'm like, no, I'm just not going to throw a single unit in. So we ended up, this is sort of turn 4 or 5. I don't know if I got any other photos after this much. No, not really. So the Peg Knights ended up moving in the forest, charging the lantern from less than 3 inches away. A single Peg Knight managed to win combat. He rolled a high on the break check, and the lantern fell off the board. Oh no, fell off the board. No, got chased down. And then the other unit, which was frenzied, ended up. I can't remember if it. No, I couldn't charge the cannon because he put Miao Ying right next to it. So the frenzied unit charged Miao Ying, sort of got knocked out, and then we just called it. Nothing was happening outside the board. So that ended up being a draw. Which is what I was just going to say, you just said 10-10. So the two games that you played teams with, that I played teams in, I got the exact score that I predicted I would.
Good job.
It was the first day. I was all over the place, guys. I was playing different games to everyone else, and I was stuffing it up. But yeah, somehow I didn't win anything. I didn't win any of my games, but I still felt a sense of accomplishment because, weirdly in teams, it's sort of like one of those things. And so the rest of my team won anyway. So my draw, Jay Golding finished his game 120-0 like an hour before that was ridiculous.
That illusion build must have gone really well. Like he seemed to have gone quite well. Like he's a good player anyway, but that illusion build really
he did really well. Like I think all the other 3 team members did really well. They won most of their games. But yeah, Jay's build, he got a few massive 20s. So in the end, because us soft scores were fairly important in this game. So Oz team actually had the most battle points in total, but they had quite a low soft score amount, which meant we came third. Ooh, yeah. We're 1 point off second and only 4 points off first. Like the top 3 were all such a narrow splittage, and then Oz team in 4th were only 4 points below us. So it was nice. We went 4-1, which is pretty cool. We lost to the international team, so I was happy with that. And that's and then that's the bottom half of the team. But Paddy's team, Optimus Jank, took the whole thing.
Took it. Well done.
The massive banner, which is incredible. And that's the last photo I saw celebrating. So Alex Bucket came second in his team, which is awesome. And then I got it was a Renegades Arena match until you next one. And then there was a 3-way tie with Best Painted. Now they did some tiebreaker. They were discussing some tiebreaker, while they were, and then they said Travis, Cam, and Jabe got honorable mentions, and then I was given the Best Painted for the Bretonian Army. I was so chuffed. So that's
well done.
That's the paintbrush pennant.
Okay.
That's how I got the double. Oh, so keen. Now
So the other one's the third. Wow. So I just zoomed you in.
That's the third place.
Right. Okay. Now I get it. Yeah. Okay. Because it says third place on it. Now we can see it. So I'll unzoom.
Good job, Josh.
Well done.
I love that. So what was that? He had to disassemble the pole to take it on the train home.
So good.
I love it. That's funny. I did wonder about that. It seems like a very impractical banner. Also, you only get one massive banner between the 4 of you. Who has the banner, or do you cut it up for quarters?
You keep it for a quarter.
3 months of the year.
Imagine if you were flying. Taking that back. Can I bring this on?
That was. Cool. I really like the pennants. It was such a cool idea. I've never been to an event where it had pennant awards, but they're really cool little fabric awards that you can sort of hang.
You just hang around. Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. It's better than some here for the next few weeks. Next week I'll be like, hi guys, I got my pennants behind me again.
Check out my pennants.
Patty's keeping it. Well, yeah, she deserves it. It was probably the best players. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Oh my God.
Snake Eyes is officially over. I wonder what they'll do next year. I have to definitely try and make it. We'll see.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it. So we are going pretty late now, aren't we? So I do want to hit. Okay, there's a couple of things. There was a couple of questions on the Patreon. There was one, especially that Sean asked, that I really want to hit because it's relevant to the teams. Because I do want to talk about this a bit right at the end. So he asked, does Josh think teams is the best way to play Warhammer? Did you find the pairing process created lopsided games that are less fun for both players, and could randomized pairings be more fun? And I think this is a really good topic to talk about, because teams is a really interesting thing. Like I did enjoy it more than I thought I would. I knew that like the social aspect was fun, and the camaraderie and that kind of thing is and obviously that's a major benefit for the teams. And at a high level, playing to certain matchups and trying to eke the best out of a certain matchup for your team and trying to get what points you can is really cool too. But I think it very much depends on the player, like as to whether or not it's appropriate for them. And I'm not sure that the team event is the best for like really casual players, or for new players, or for people that play one tournament a year. Because there's a bit of a situation there where, in a singles event, if you get smashed a couple of times, you end up at the bottom tables, you end up against players that are similar skill level, and you can start to improve, and you feel like you might win a game, and you're sort of getting somewhere. Whereas in teams, I feel like you don't get that safety net. You can end up in bad matchup after bad matchup, and some of these in the lists and teams were really hard. And I think sometimes if you're just coming into it, you haven't had much experience. You can sort of end up like not really enjoying it so much, and then weirdly, because you're in a team, you can't drop because you might disappoint your teammates, so you got to keep going. So I think there is an element there where it's like, in terms of the overall sort of event, the teams add such a cool, interesting sort of aspect of strategy and playing to an expectation and a result. But are the individual games more fun? I think if you're playing at a high level and you're playing to a certain, you decide this is your goal because you've analyzed the list, because you've had the experience to do that and you know what to aim for, then that's really cool. If you're coming in just to play some fun games of Warhammer, the matchups you might get out of the team's environment, and you just want to throw stuff forward and throw some dice, might not be as conducive to having interesting sort of equal matchups in the way that true Swiss pairings gives you. That's my only caution about like having really trying to bring in new players through a team's environment. The social aspect is great, and having the team there and supporting you and all that kind of thing, you can't replicate that in singles whatsoever. But in terms of actually playing the individual games you play, it's quite a different experience, and I think you need enough baseline Warhammer knowledge to really benefit from that, and to play in a way that I think that all the parties enjoy properly. Be prepared for it. That's my feeling of it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. The other benefits though, teams are things like you don't get those. I don't know. I feel like you get meta builds, but you don't get like, you can only bring one of those armies. So like, Cathay's good or whatever, so you probably see it in all the good armies, but you also won't. I don't know. Like, it feels like it changes that around a bit, which is good, which can be good, I guess, because you're not having to deal with the same shit all the time. But for new people, probably not. I wonder if doubles though throws a spanner in the works. I wonder if doubles is a good. Well, doubles intro, because it's sort of more like singles, you know what I mean? And you can jump.
That's what Mark said.
Same style of Swiss pairings in the same way singles is. So
pairs,
So still pairings, but you get but you get a pair, you get a teammate. So that's probably the best of both worlds in a way.
Yeah, because you get to, like, especially if you pair with someone who has maybe a little bit more experience but is still new as well, you both can, learn it. But if like your point about you'll end up on the bottom tables, well, then that's good, because then you're playing other pairs that are down there. So that's good.
Exactly. And I mean, types. I guess the worse teams sort of do sink down, but it's still like within each team there's a lot of variance.
There's not as many teams, and that's like I noticed.
I agree. So only
I
10
think
teams.
You guys played. I don't know what it was, but the first round or the second round, the top players played each other straight away. So you're instantly dropping down. Do you know what I mean? And then suddenly you're getting team one who ends up being team one is now playing people who end up in fourth or fifth or So you're gonna run into the actors and stuff, like the good players, and that's just what's gonna happen. So which they're not bad games, but I know what you mean. Like if you're in a teams game and they know they need to 20, they're going to 20 you, or they're going to sit back and do a non-interactive game because they don't want to.
Yeah.
So like as a new person, you'd be like, "What's this? I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like nothing worse, I think, than in a situation where, and I think this, might have happened. Like, if you lose all 5 games, you don't really have much of a chance, and you just go home thinking, well, that wasn't a great experience. Then that's you just, I don't know. Anyway,
it's definitely. I mean, it isn't a beginner. Like this is the thing. The whole hobby is not a beginner's hobby, but the teams is the interesting thing on top of it for people who know what they're doing. Which I totally agree. Like,
which it is. It is. It's such a cool, different dynamic to normal singles. And so for what it is, it's awesome. But it's not necessarily the first springboard for new players.
Lots of people are definitely rating the doubles, and I know there is the Legacy Award. Is that, Alex? Is that sold out? That's the doubles coming up in like November, I don't know, something like that. It might be earlier than that. But they're always running doubles, so get in there if it's not. Cool. Is there other questions, or we should leave them to next week?
Oh, one spot. Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's you and me, Andrew. We should do that.
Quick questions from Mark. Well, it's a 3-parter, but they're slightly jokey. So I'll just hit it because we might as well, because it's about the news. So the news about the forthcoming starter set. Would you A, buy it and keep both Cathay and Chaos and the rulebook? Then he quotes Lord of the Rings. Why shouldn't I, Andrew? They're mine, my precious. B, think I'll take the new Chaos sculpts, if good, and flog the Cathay. Any money back is good times. Maybe Josh will buy them. Or C, embrace your inner Gomo, sell all the Chaos goodness, and keep the Cathay. All the better.
But then don't paint it. Sitting under the stairs. You forgot that part, Mark.
Or what about D? Flog both the Cathay and the Chaos and give the rulebook.
Ooh.
Is that? Well, I guess that does that end up probably in Australia? Probably still ends up cheaper than buying the rulebook. What? So
I think it might. Yeah.
But, well, I mean, I won't get on the prices, but 40K that went on Saturday, and I bought a box. Man, the Aussie, yes, Aussies we pay more, but you know how like Canadian dollar is pretty close to Australian dollar, and then you see the Canadian price of their box. Ours is like $150 or something more, or something like that than the Canadians are paying.
It's crazy, and our dollar's pretty much.
It's pretty. Well, I thought it. Well, maybe it's changed. I don't know, but I'm like, Jesus.
It's always been us and Canada have always been like real close, dollar wise. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, personally, if the Cathay is all the same, I wouldn't need any. So I'd definitely get the Chaos and flog the Cathay, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. If I bought it, I'd probably keep them both.
Yeah.
Japanese stores.
I'm flogging off the Space Marines for my one, but for my 40K one, I only want the Orcs. So
the Orcs.
Fantasy, I'd probably keep both. Yeah. I usually don't flog most of the fantasy stuff off. One day I'll get to it. Anyway, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah,
let's wrap it up.
Thanks, Josh, man. That was good. Yes, we'll have to sort out next week, but I've got some ideas. So anyway, I'll chat to you guys later about it. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, for another Old World Fanatics. A very long one, but it was a very good one. Nice team stuff. And I don't know. Send us your questions, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. If you like Old World Fanatics, you can join over on patreon.com/Old World Fanatics. Until next time, we'll see you out on the interwebs. Keep rolling dice. Chat to you guys next week.
Ciao.
See you guys.